He comes into a track he has raced for many years, hoping to get his third win of the season. Number 55, Brad Layton, also knows Thunder Road well. Hollywood, as he is called, was the 1995 ACT champion at this track. With 2 wins and 7 top 10s, he's looking to make some noise tonight. Points leader Mike Stefanik has been in the groove all season. He has yet to win, but with 9 top 5s and 13 starts, Stefanik seems poised to break through at Thunder Road tonight.
And folks, we may see this caution light lit up tonight. As Katie and I said a moment ago, tough racetrack. Every corner has its own nickname, and we'll tell you about that. Now this racetrack, nothing fancy. This is just good old grassroots racing. This track has a personality.
Let me tell the story. I can tell it all about the country boy who ran legal alcohol. Daddy made the whiskey and his son, he drove the load. The highway they traveled was known as Thunder Road.
The action has been fast and furious at Thunder Road since 1960. The town, the track, the fans, and the racers are blue-collar, tough, and independent. The fans, yeah, they get their money's worth every time they buy a ticket. The man who has been the backbone of this quarter-mile speedbowl for nearly 4 decades is Ken Squire.
Short tracks are the bedrock of American stock car racing. There's some 400 of them. Each and every one is supported by a group of fans who come out every week. There's no municipal bonds, there's no civic bonds, there's none of that. Just an organizer who pays the purse, pays his taxes, and tries to keep it running. And it is from this atmosphere, from this environment, all over the United States, that we get those superstars.
Ken Squire helped bring stock car racing to prominence when he convinced CBS to televise the Daytona 500 live flag to flag in 1979.
Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Petty is out in front at the line. Waltrip, Petty wins it.
As influential as Ken Squire has been to the explosive growth of motorsports, his heart remains loyal to his native Vermont and Thunder Road.
Ken not only has done all the things in television and moving the big forces of NASCAR, Winston Cup, and all of that along, but his efforts in keeping short track America going. I mean, he's such a strong believer in that, and of course promoting the tracks up in Vermont and helping others along the way too. I think that's where his heart still is, and that's good because he knows that that is the roots of automobile racing, and it's a must that we keep those things going, and he's been a major force in that area.
It's not only a schooling, a learning ground, but more important, for these people that come out and support short track racing, it's a chance to have local heroes, real folks they know who are important and are important to them.
Everybody should buy one.
And Katie, there's no doubt Ken has had a huge impact on stock car racing and motorsports, but there's a little known fact that you folks at home may not know about.
Yeah, this is a big secret. I mean, I read his lengthy bio. On and on it went about everything he's won, the stuff he's done, the career, but it never once mentioned his own brief racing career. You got any insight on that, Ken? You want to fill us in?
You're referring to when I left my teeth at the Northeastern Speedway?
That's it.
St. Johnsbury, Vermont. I figured Byrnes was going to get to that. I just knew he couldn't be trusted. Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome to the nation's site of excitement. High atop Quarry Hill here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. Thunder Road, ready to rumble, ready to ramble with the 26 Busch Grand National North cars tonight. Buddy Baker's here with me, and Baker, you've had 4 days of Vermont. What do you think of all this?
Well, I tell you what, it's wonderful around here, and the race fans, they're second to none. This is going to be a great show. You guys are in for a treat tonight. I can't wait till we get started.
Time trials were incredible. Less than a quarter of a second over the top 20. Consolation race, 2 more, 4 provisionals, 26 starters. Dave Dion was the quickest of them all. And Kip Stockwell in a brand new ride. He's a local star here in northern New England. He's got the outside of the front row by time trial. But then they invert him, Buddy. They draw for position. So as it comes out, Stockwell's going to be starting 3rd and drawing 8th among those top 8. It's the old sprint car thing. That's going to be Dynamite Dave. And Stub Fadden, the racing own great-grandfather, who started his career here, I don't want to tell you how many years ago. He's up in the front row.
You know, that's the wonderful part. I've often wondered why they put the fastest car in front, make him earn his spot. Tonight, he has to come from 8th spot. Dave Dion, a great short-track driver, but he's going to have to earn it if he's going to win here tonight.
It is going to be a barn burner. High bank quarter mile.
I'm strapped in right behind me. The fans here love it.
Defending Busch Grand National North champion Dave Dion has been referred to as a racer's racer, a legend in his own time, and an ambassador of auto racing. That's quite an impressive resume for someone that is not widely known in the world of motorsports. But become more familiar with the veteran driver, and you'll realize everything they say is true.
We're not just another series. We're a very proud series. We're made up of hard-working people. We've got the most dedicated fans, I think, in the country.
Dion is a 30-year veteran of Northern racing and finally broke through last year for his first Busch Grand National North Championship with 2 wins, 10 top 5s, and 12 top 10s.
I think all along that was my motivation to prove how good the people were behind me, and I think they stepped up and did that.
But Dion is a traditionalist, also seeing things from the engineering point of view.
Winning a championship was obviously great because it meant so much to my team and my family, but as a driver and the engine builder, I think winning at Loudon this year, a track that's kind of been, we've qualified there, we own the track record, we've never been very successful, and we finally won. We had the horsepower, we had the luck, we had the handling, and we did everything right. So as of late, that's my greatest moment, is winning that race at NHIS.
Dion did try his hat in Winston Cup in the late 70s and early 80s, but now isn't motivated to make that jump again. He plans on racing in Busch Grand National North until he retires and feels that it's the older drivers who are the ones that keep the series going.
We're an older team, and to remain competitive for all these years and be a threat to win a championship and a race, I think that's enough motivation to keep me happy.
Well, it ought to be. Dave just told me he's going to come down to the Wild Horse and Dance soon. We'll see how he two-steps on the racetrack next. See ya. Katie Haas, Byrnes, look at the crowd. They're waving. They're going wild, and we're about ready to go racing here.
150 laps. Let's go upstairs to Ken Squire and Buddy Baker.
Starting lineup is going to look like this for this Jiffy Lube 150. It'll be Glenn Brio on the pole with Stub Fadden. Second row is Kip Stockwell and Andy Santerre. In row 3, it's Pete Rondo from Maine, Dennis Demers. Row 4 is Jamie Omi and Dynamite David Dion. Row 5, Mike Olson and Mike Stefanik. In row 6, Brad Layton and Jerry Marquis. Row 7 is Kelly Moore and Brad Bennett. For row 8, it's Tracy Gordon and John Barber. In row 9, you have Barney McRae and Bobby Dragon ready to ramble. Then getting back into row 10, Tommy Bowles is there with Dennis Dole. The consolation winners were Lou Redemeyer and Franklin Butler. The provisional starters, row 12, is Brian Wall and Eric Bodine from Chemung, New York. And out back, it's going to be Herb Drug and Tom Carey. 42 attempted to qualify, 26 ready to start on the high bank quarter mile. In-car cameras, Dynamite David Dion has one. He's won a lot of races on this track, including the vaunted Milk Bowl in September. There's Dave Dion in the Berlin City Ford, ready to roll.
Ken, we're getting down to it now. 1 to go. Andy Santerre is also, he has a camera on board. You can see us looking out the front of his car.
This is the guy you're so hot on.
Oh, yeah, I think he has a great future, not only here, but in Winston Cup racing later on.
Just about getting down to a start. Safety crews are in their positions. It's a quarter mile. And the highest part of this high bank is right here at the apex. So when you need the support coming off the corner like at a Charlotte or a Daytona, it ain't there.
Well, they got some unique corners here, no doubt about it. But it's great racing, side-by-side racing.
Ooh, Brad Layton pulled in for a moment. They're getting ready to start. Getting ready to roll. They're coming down through 3, headed for the Widowmaker. Glenn Brio brings them down from Worcester, Mass. And they're racing at the road. Brio jumps out quickly in front. Stub Fadden, the racing great-grandfather from North Haverhill, New Hampshire, who ran his first race here back in the 60s, cuts into second, but coming right up on the outside comes the 44 of Andy Santerre. Quarter mile, and it's fun out there.
Well, you're riding with Santerre down the back straightaway there, the 44, the yellow car. You can see right now they're side by side for second place. Stub Fadden fighting very hard on the inside.
Santerre gives it the rim ride, tries to move through on the outside. The front straightaway a lot narrower than that backstretch by about 10 feet. Here they are in turn one. Santerre up on the bank. And down to the inside moves the big surprise. This is young Kip Stockwell. Look at Dave Dion from 8th position. And, of course, this guy won like 30 features on this race, and he loves the outside. This is definitely a two-lane track.
You see Kip Stockwell there in the blue car. That's an Oldsmobile, folks, moving up into second place. On the outside of Stub Fadden, you're looking back at Dave Dion as we head down in the corner. Dave getting great track position.
Brio, look at that lead he's drawing out to. And as you look further back through the field, here's that 16 as you look out on the outside. Stockwell gets with a wiggle and a wag. Got one sliding, landing in the infield is the number 59, and getting back underway is Lou Redemeyer. Redemeyer, who came in from the consolation round.
Ken, just that one little mistake. He went a lap down there, just sliding like that. Look at Dave Dion fight on the outside of Stub Fadden to take that spot away.
This is what the crowd came to see. Over 10,000 here tonight. They love to watch Dion on the high banks. He floats the car up to the outside, right where there is nothing to hold you. He just seems to have an angel reach out and touch him every time down through. Looking back, there's Fadden right behind him.
Well, this is the part of the race where the tires are starting to get a little bit worn, a little bit hot, and losing a little bit of traction, and the contact will pick up from here on.
Now, the pits, of course, are outside this track, so if you have to pit, you're in big trouble, although it's about a 20-mile speed behind that Chevrolet pace car. Down to the inside, look at the 25 trying to scoot his way through. That's from Andy Santerre's bumper cam, giving you that great shot at Jamie Obie in that Pontiac, leaning on the bottom. Andy Santerre continuing to make his way.
Whoa, we have a spin down in turn 2.
That's the number 6. I don't think that's going to bring anything out. He landed safely. That's a nice thing about a high bank track like this. They get to the inside. It's got to be pretty serious to bring it to a stop.
As you can see, that's Brad Bennett there. Robbie Crouch used to drive that car, but he's taking his spot now. You can see right now Bennett in a lot of trouble, losing many valuable spots.
The Tampa Tornado Crouch gave up that ride at New Hampshire, or was released. I don't know what that story is. You hear both stories. Here's the 05 continuing out in front. This is the best that Glenn Brio of Worcester, Mass. has ever done, but he's beginning to feel some heat. Here comes one of the Stockwells in second spot, and Dion third.